Don't be fooled by its SUV body. The 2023 Aston Martin DBX is instilled with the British brand's racy DNA. It's bulkier than a DB11 and not as agile as a Vantage, but unlike its low-slung siblings, this high-riding ute has a usable back seat, offers a lot more cargo space, and it can tow and go off-road. The regular DBX has a sweet-sounding twin-turbo V8, but it's not as quick as some less expensive competitors. The remedy for that is the new 697-horsepower DBX 707, which has a hotter engine and other performance enhancements. Every example also comes with a rich-looking interior that can be extensively customized. We do wish it had a firmer brake pedal and a full complement of active safety features, though. Still, the 2023 DBX is just as dapper and entertaining as Aston's Grand Touring cars, it's just dressed in an SUV wrapper. What's new for 2023? For 2023, Aston finally adds a faster, more powerful model with the introduction of the DBX 707. It features a revised version of the otherwise standard twin-turbo V8 that makes 697 horsepower and 663 pound-feet of torque. The standard 9-speed automatic with a conventional torque converter also gets swapped out for a 9-speed unit with a wet clutch pack. Those power figures represent increases of 155 and 147, respectively, versus the standard engine. The DBX 707 is said to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.1 seconds and from 0 to 100 miles per hour in 7.4 seconds. Helping stop this speedy SUV is a set of standard carbon ceramic brakes. Along with unique exterior elements, the inside of the DBX 707 includes an updated center console with a rotary gear selector. Shortcut buttons have also been added to the center stack, making it easier to adjust drive mode settings. Aston Martin provides an impressive number of personalization options for the DBX, especially through its Q customization service. The company's online configurator shows several different appearance packages, and we're partial to Accelerate interior theme, with its mix of leather and faux suede and the Sports Plus seats. On the outside, we choose the pretty Minotaur green paint as well as the 22 inches black and bronze ribbon wheels. We'd also opt for the tow package, the power tailgate, and the sports exhaust system that lets us better enjoy the engine's music. The regular DBX is powered by a twin-turbo 4.0-liter V8 engine supplied by Mercedes-AMG. The engine makes 542 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque and pairs with a 9-speed automatic transmission, also supplied by Mercedes. Its 9-speed automatic uses a wet clutch pack instead of the torque converter used by the standard transmission. While the DBX is fundamentally rear-wheel drive, a center transfer case sends torque to the front axle when slippage is detected at the rear. It also has a limited slip rear differential and can tow up to 5940 pounds. Adaptive dampers and height-adjustable air springs come standard on the Aston, a boon for off-road adventuring. The DBX we tested rushed to 60 miles per hour in 3.9 seconds, which is respectable for a hot SUV, but the Lamborghini Urus and other rivals are notably quicker. The DBX 707 was much quicker and hit 60 miles per hour in 3.1 seconds. The version we drove on England's best roads showcased the engine's lusty soundtrack and the transmission's unobtrusive operation. Thanks to a diverse set of drive modes, its chassis demonstrated a broad range of demeanors, from refined and relaxed to responsive and playful. Despite its short 157 feet stop from 70 miles per hour, the ute suffered from an unresponsive brake pedal. Per the EPA's methodology, the regular DBX will earn 14 mpg in the city and 18 mpg on the highway. We haven't had the chance to evaluate the standard model's real-world fuel economy on our 75 miles per hour highway route, which is part of our extensive testing regimen, but when we do, we will update this story with test results. The DBX shares a lot of its switchgear with the rest of the Aston Martin family. The cabin is covered in attractively stitched leather, soft touch surfaces, and a micro-suede headliner. The ute comes standard with a 12.3 inches digital gauge cluster, customizable ambient lighting, 3-zone climate control, and heated front and rear seats. Desirable options include ventilated front seats, a heated steering wheel, and a variety of even fancier cabin materials. Rear seat space is ample, with plenty of knee and headroom for adults. There's a good amount of cargo volume, too, with 22 cubic feet of space behind the rear seat and 54 cubic feet with the rear seats folded. The large 10.2 inches infotainment screen, based on an aging Mercedes interface, doesn't respond to touch inputs. Instead, you control the unit through the steering wheel buttons as well as a rotary knob on the center console. An integrated touchpad is optional. The system includes popular features such as Apple CarPlay integration, built-in navigation, a 14-speaker stereo, and several USB and 12-volt charging outlets. The DBX is available with some driver assistance technology, but the roster is surprisingly absent of expected content such as lane keeping assist. More powerful, more exclusive, more of everything. That's what the world's rich want from their SUVs nowadays. Once flaunted via long wheelbase, chauffeur-driven sedans, wealth is now paraded to the masses in the shape of aggro and Uber-capable family haulers with eye-watering price tags. And while the Germans have been at it for decades with their AMGs, MS, and turbos, Aston Martin is just now joining the club, and doing so in a mighty way. Say hello to the 2023 Aston Martin DBX 707A. Takes deep breath, more powerful, more exclusive, more sinister, more capable, and yes, more expensive version of the DBX SUV. Following a late arrival to the game with its first ever sport utility vehicle, Aston's probably now aware of just how profitable this sector of the industry is. But you'd be mistaken to think that this is all about a quick cash grab. No, there's a real sense of pride behind the brand's only SUV, which, as the Drive's editor-in-chief Kyle Charamcha put it after driving one through the deserts of Arabia, it's every bit an Aston Martin. Now, it's the DBX 707's job to build upon that and make the DBX brand an even bigger success for the up-until recently cash-strapped automaker. And if the amount of horsepower is any indication of how badly it wants to play in the game of high-dollar, ultra-posh SUVs, then it's safe to say that Aston hasn't just rolled up its sleeves, it's ripped the whole damn shirt off. Quick take, yes, another high-dollar, high-power European SUV. But it's not just any high-dollar, high-power European SUV. It's the Aston Martin version. The Aston Martin DBX 707 serves as the high-performance and range-topping version of the DBX SUV that launched back in 2019. It still fits 5 passengers and has a fairly large trunk. It's got all-wheel drive and offers its lucky owners the best of both worlds: a practical SUV to drive around town and a savage backroad bruiser that's worthy of the British Empire's favorite secret agent. And, as an added bonus, once it goes through a rigorous vetting process, it'll replace the current DBX as Formula One's medical car. Though there's more to the new SUV than just additional power. The DBX 707 is the result of what's called a transformative tech agreement with Mercedes-Benz, in which the Germans bring in the hardware and some of the know-how, but the Brits at Gaydon make the drivetrain bespoke by providing their own internal and external components, as well as all calibration ranging from firing order to turbo management and software tuning.